everybody, this is Alyssa from Mink Arts and Crafts, and today I have a post review for you guys. So today we are going to do a post review of the image Aphrodite. This is by Effievescence. It is a Bella Art Diamonds kit, and you can see, oh my goodness, the sparkle on this kit just by looking at what you can see there. Amazing how much sparkle there is. So this was a 60 by 70, 65 colors, 3 ABs. It was a round drill canvas, and there were resin rounds. And again, like I said, this was from Bella Art Diamonds, and you guys can look back through to see the sneak peek that I showed you guys on the channel here back in September. And I started this kit on the 14th of October, and I finished it on the 19th of November, and it took me 30 hours and 16 minutes to do this kit. So we're going to go over the drills real quickly, and this is the original artwork that you can see right here. So this is the original image that we had. Beautiful, beautiful image. Gorgeous. And now we're going to look at the drills. So this is what I had left over for the drills. So the drills were absolutely amazing. I had no actual like trash drills. There were once in a while I would have those really tiny little leftover specks. But the drill quality themselves was absolutely incredible. With some of these darker colors, I did run into, let me see if I can find like one of these colors. I'll pour these out into a tray so you can see. One of the things that I did run into was some of these darker colors here, and I have a drill grinder on the way. It just hasn't arrived. It's one of those things that I ordered like back in August, and I'm filming this in November, and it still hasn't arrived. But you can see here, this is the one issue that I had with some of the darker colors, was where they would stick to each other like this, and I could like push them with my finger and it would separate them. But I ran into this with some of the darker colors of the blues kind of in the background. I was able to, for all of the colors, I think except for one of them, I think it was probably, and I think it may have been like this color here. Yeah, you can see there was only like one color that I was doing that I was running low on finding what I needed. So on all of the colors except for like one color, I couldn't really find, I couldn't just like pour them all in and get what I needed. I had to actually like separate the drills. So the rest of them, there were so many extra drills that it was no issue. I could just push those to the side and then continue on finding what I needed. But that was the one issue I ran into with a couple of the different darker drills, but I was able to separate them with a finger press. I could just kind of like separate them and find the drill that I needed. There was one color, and as I was kind of like getting towards the end of the kit, kind of over into one of the cloud colors back here. It was one of the colors that I used on the cloud, I think over in here. I can't tell if it was I actually ran out or if it was me in one of the other colors placing the wrong color, and then I realized I ran out as I was getting over into here. But I did run out of the 3726, which is this symbol here. But as I was placing down there, I was like, wait, I had that second thought because it was like at the end, I was like, did I actually run out of this color? Or was I placing the wrong color? Because I believe there was another symbol, 22. And because 22 is an equal sign, and this one is like 3 hash marks, which is fine. And normally nobody would have an issue with it, but I work sideways, so I wasn't paying attention, and I may have placed some of these drills incorrectly instead of these drills as the brown. So that may have happened at some point. So I don't know if I actually truly ran out of this color or if I just placed this color instead of this color at some point. I don't know. It may have happened. There's no way to tell. Because of course we're too far gone when I realized, yeah, we were too far gone by the time I realized, oh, hey, I'm like basically out. So I think I ended up being like 10 drills shy, which could very well have been an operator error at that point, just because I wasn't paying attention when I was placing. And normally most people would have no issue because this is 2 bars and this is like 3, and they could face in a completely different direction. But I was able to raid a different Bella Art Diamonds kit that I had, so that way I could have, and I used Cozy Mug, so that, and they had 3726 in Cozy Mug. So I didn't even reach out to Nicole. I just went and grabbed the, because I was like, I think it was a me issue, not an actual kit ran short, because nothing else in here was anywhere near to being short. Like, the next closest, I think, on this kit, you can see are these ones. These colors here are the next closest. And there's still like a fair number in there of those colors. And then like 975 was another one. But when I drop drills, I just toss them in the garbage. I don't bother trying to like capture them if I drop them. And then like over here, because otherwise that's a lot of leftover drills on those colors. And then you get a lot of these other colors where, I mean, like, look how much I still have left in here. All I need to do is like split those drills, and those are some like plenty of leftover resin drills that are really, 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 really nice high quality drills. I mean, like, look at the shimmer on this canvas. I have never had a kit with a shine and a shimmer like this one has just sitting here. It beats any other company I've worked on as far as how much shimmer and like shine these drills have. And these are resin drills. There was the least amount of trash I've ever had, and that's saying a lot considering resin drills can have a fair amount of trash. And even these dark colors, there was no 310 in the body. There was just a little bit of like AB 310 to add a little shimmer in the kit. But some of these darker colors, like this 3371, this dark brown, no trash. Even these really, really dark blues, other than the ones that I said, like I said, they had where they stuck together. And that's just a matter of kind of grinding them apart. And I could just take a finger and push and separate them. And that worked fine to separate as I needed. But like if I had used a drill grinder, that would have really, really worked to separate them. So now that we've kind of gone over the drills, and I was like very, very, very impressed with this drill quality, now we're going to look at the actual image. So here you can see this right here. We'll start at the top. This, look at that. Like, oh my goodness, look at how shimmery that is. I am just in awe of this. This right here is Aphrodite by Effievescence. Oh my goodness, she is incredible. I'm going to kind of bring you down because I wanted to kind of give you the good lighting of filming right here and bring you all the way down to see, you can see the bottom. Working in my tiny space that I have right here, but oh my word, she was absolutely gorgeous to work on. Absolutely beautiful. She worked up beautifully. I chose to work on her in rounds. I love doing browns. And it's, for me, it's like this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And just know, if there's anything that you see on the render, like, and I'll talk a little bit about the rendering and everything, if you choose to do this in squares, the render is going to be even more clear cut, even more phenomenal on a square image than what you're seeing right now for this being rounds. But this is Effievescence. So there are 3 ABs in here. You've got ABs, looking at this, you've got ABs coming right along here, this white AB shimmering right around her hair, adds a little glisten there, right around right here on her hair to kind of give that highlight that you're seeing. And then you have this gold AB, which was AB, let me look at it right down, it was a 743 AB. Some of my drills are right. Yeah, 743 AB is this yellow that you see in the crown right around in there. And then you have an AB 310 kind of adding a little bit of the shimmer along the kind of some of the outline of her eyes. She's got the 3860, actually no, it was a 5200, so it's a true white AB that you're seeing in the hair. So the 310 AB for a little bit of the shimmer with the 5200 in her eye that you're seeing there. I love the gradient that they did for all of the blues in this background for this sky. And if you think this was just a simple gradient, no, this was like layer upon layer upon layer for these colors in the background. Like, it was not a simple gradient at all. It was like the entire background was confetti to give it this blend, and that's what makes this image look so beautiful for the background and have those colors just blend so beautifully from one into the other, and that's part of what gives it this gorgeous, gorgeous look for the background. I mean, like, incredible background look. And the way that they rendered it for the image, as you're looking right through here, and you can see Aphrodite, like, it really does look like she's wearing this really light, gauzy, flowy gown where you can see through to the blues of the background behind her. They did it very, very well. Like, you can look at that and you would say, like, just looking at it, one, you're like, oh, those are just gonna be whites and blues. But when you step back and look at it, you're like, oh, wow, that does look like this sheer, lacy gown that she's wearing that's very see-through, and it looks amazing. And don't even get me started on her hair. Her hair was incredible. Like, the layers and the shades of brown, oh my goodness, they did an incredible job rendering her hair. I love everything about the browns and the shades of brown and the way they had her hair right through here. I think it's incredible. I think right there may have been the shade of where I used the wrong color. Right there, that may have been one of the spots that I used the wrong one. No, actually, that's the right spot there. But looking at this is incredible, absolutely gorgeous. I am totally in love with how this turned out. The one thing that I had, so I was kind of questioning, as I was looking at this image, I was like, working it up, I was very, very much questioning the skin tones, because when you look at it, I was like, these drills, they're, for her skin tones, I'll pull out those colors that made up the bulk of her skin tone, the 3 colors that did a lot of the skin tone. I was looking at these drills and I'm like, those are very, like, pinky, like, bright toned. They didn't scream like skin tones to me. So we have a 760, a 3328, and a 3712. And these tones did not scream skin colors to me. I mean, look at those colors. That did not yell skin color to me in any way, shape, or form. Like, this one, maybe a little bit of this one right here kind of had a little bit of a skin tone color to it. The pinks of that. But, like, I was very, very, like, I was questioning the skin tones on this. After I finished the first section, I was like, because I had a little bit of the skin tone, like, right through, I did her hair, and then I did this section, and I had some of the, like, the brown, like, the skin tones in her arm here, and I was really, really questioning. I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this, because I had done a little bit of her face and just like a little section of the face here, and I was coming down into a little bit of this, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about her skin tone on it. I was like, I don't know how that's going to turn out. But I was like, you know, I'm going to trust the process, trust the process, trust the process, because everybody always says trust the process. And I've got to say, you guys, like, it worked. I mean, look at her. She, like, her skin tones, it worked. And like, you see this really bright spot here, which this is not a white drill. This is a very soft pink toned drill that you're seeing right there. And it's also, you see it again down on her leg. And that's the white, that's the brightness of the light shining on her leg right through there. And that actually is very true to what you're seeing in the original artwork right there. This really, really bright patch that we're getting on her arm and on her hand, and then right here on her hip. That's very true to the original artwork. And they actually, when you look at it, it's a very soft pink tone. Let me see, what color drill is that? I think it's actually, I think it's a lot of it. It's not quite that one. The drill's right here. I'm trying to remember what color it was without having it separated out, because it's like the tone of the color here looked completely different when you laid it down. Like, when I say completely different, I mean completely different. Like, when you looked at the drills here, I'm like, that can't be that color. And then I placed them and I'm like, oh no, yeah, that is that color. Let me see if I can take one of them up. Yeah, it was. Okay. See, this is, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, that's not the right color. Yeah, it's this color right here. This is this 819, this, and it looks, it's like a pinkish peachy tone. I'm going to put it next to a 3865. So this is a 3865, which we all know the color of 3865. Though it's a 3865 next to this 819. That's how different those two tones are. But when you lay it down right here in comparison to these other colors, you can't even tell. That is this drill right here, that's this color right here. But it blends in and it looks so much different when we're looking at it on the full picture. But in actuality, when you step back and you look at the full image in this vibrant, like bright sun shining down on her, that's actually what it's supposed to be. And when you step back and you look at it, you're like, no, actually that works. When you look at it as like a whole and you're seeing the full image, you're like, no, actually that actually goes, because you've got this bright sun shining down on her in this shimmer with a little of it like right along in here too. So it actually was like true to the original artwork, and it actually works. So that was something that I was originally hesitant about, but at the end of the day, I was like, no, that actually works out. So looking at the full image here, got some putty down right through there. I should have picked like a lighter toned putty for working in some of these lighter toned areas, but I didn't realize until I had placed a few drills. I was like, oh, I'm using a really dark putty. I should have picked a brighter putty or a lighter colored putty, more of a neutral toned putty. Anyways, so the one complaint, other than those like clumpy drills that I had, the only other thing that I really had to kind of complain about was a little bit about some of this rendering right here in her hand, which is kind of a tough hand to render when you look at the original art on her hand. It's kind of not the easiest hand to render, considering they did a really good job comparing it to the original artwork. Because of how it was rendered in the original art, kind of hard to render it there. They did a fairly good job there. It's fairly close to the original artwork. That's the only thing looking at it that I'm kind of like meh about the hand here. Also, like a little meh about her hand down here as well. But hands are also really hard to render. So I'm kind of meh about the hands. But I feel like they take kind of like a backseat to like how gorgeous her dress is, her incredible hair. The face is really, to me, is the most important thing, is that they get the face right. And they get the face and the hair that kind of draws your eye the most. And they nailed it. Like, that looks incredible, rendered very, very well. And especially considering this is a round image, like the face turned out incredible. Like, looks really good. I don't have any issues or complaints with the rendering on her face. It is beautiful. The only other thing that I like, and this is like a me thing, is yes, there's 3 ABs in here, but they're very, very sparse. Like, the white was used perfectly. And the gold was just used a little bit there. The black was used a little bit there. But, like, I would have loved to have seen so much more. And I wanted to work this one up because this was my first Bella Art Diamonds kit. And this is the one that I was sent for the sneak peek. So I wanted to work it up like it was charted. But I would have loved to have seen some more. And granted, I know they were kind of limited to what the supplier had available in rounds, but I would have loved to have seen some more, some of these brown tones right down through here, like have some more of this be an AB, have more of that right through there, AB. Maybe have some more of these tones coming down into have maybe some of her dress, something in some of these blues, maybe a little bit more shimmer down right through here as an AB, something to that effect. Granted, none of her skin should be an AB, and they did perfect with that, because I'm not a big fan when there's a lot of like skin tones as ABs, and that was perfect. They didn't do any ABs in her skin. They have like, her hair looks fantastic. I'm happy with how her hair was. But her skin, it looks perfect. I would have maybe done a little bit of an AB here, down into these lighter colors here, maybe something along this bodice, like right around in here with the lighter tones to kind of add some of that shimmer, where the light is on there. That would have been nice to potentially see, but definitely on this gold of like her accent right there. Would have loved to see a little bit more sparkle in that area, but that's just me and my love of having the bling and the ABs of everything. But in the grand spectrum of it, like this kit, these drills are so shimmery and sparkly. Like, they are so much shimmer to this. Like, normally just sitting here, I have to do a little bit of this to get the shimmer into the drills. but I don't have to do that on this canvas. You can see the shimmer just sitting here like this without me having to move it around. You can see how sparkly it is, and that's just incredible for it. The drill field was incredible. Like, I didn't have any issues with it. The glue, the adhesive was wonderful. Had that really thick, really thick plastic to work on. That was wonderful. They have like the, oh, this thing, whatever, the legend. I was like, what is that called? The legend, where it's this side this way and then you flip it around for that side that way. Not an issue for me, nothing that really I view as a plus or a minus, because I don't use the legend. I put all my, I basically go off of, okay, where's my symbol in here? And this one, I just kind of went from 1 to 65 with the colors, but recently I've actually been organizing them in like numbers, and then after the numbers, I'll do the letters in alphabetical order, and then I'll do symbols in DMC order for the symbols after that. So that way it's a little bit more organized. But this one I left in the 1 through 65. But this was Aphrodite by Effievescence from Bella Art Diamonds, and she was beautiful, so I hope you liked her, and let me know what you think of her in the comments below. I was super excited to finish her and kind of like knock out this gorgeous kit, and I'm excited to be working on my next Bella Art Diamonds kit that I'm doing for an event now. So look forward to seeing a review of that one in the coming weeks. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!